So greetings and thank you so much for joining us for today's Rethink FIT Travel Spotlight Series presentation. And today we're excited to feature SeaDream Yacht Club, an incredible travel experience and a product you truly don't want to miss. If you're interested in wellness travel, or if you just want to feel alive, be healthy, and be pampered, you'll want to stay with us for today's presentation. I'm Lisa Meller, co-founder of Rethink FIT Travel, a CIG travel company that specializes in wellness travel and in group products. And today I'm with James Ricks. He's the director of sales for SeaDream Yacht Club. And we work with James so that we can stay on top of what the line offers on the global scale to better serve our clients. SeaDream product offers incredible food, fantastic service, outstanding amenities, and all in gorgeous, amazing destinations. If you love the water, if you love the great outdoors, and if you're interested in wellness, exploration, tons of activities, and adventure, this is worth the watch. We hope that you'll connect with us, book a trip, reach out for more information. And if you like what you hear, like and share this video, including your comments. So James, I want to thank you for coming on today with me.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm very excited to be here to speak a little bit about SeaDream. So, as you can see, I'll get started here first with our first slide. And you can see our tagline up at the top, right? It's yachting, not cruising. Enjoy the difference. And we're very much about that. SeaDream Yacht Club is twin vessels. So we have two yachts, and they are both, small, intimate travel experiences. And just to give you a sense of that, both yachts have 56 staterooms, right? So 56 staterooms, if they're at full capacity at double occupancy, that's 112 passengers. So again, a small number, and those 112 passengers are served by 95 crew. So almost a 1-to-1 ratio there with the crew to passengers. And the way that we sail, just to give you a sense of that real quick, is we spend 6 months in the Mediterranean. So from May through October, we are sailing the Mediterranean, both vessels. And then once we get to November, we move over to the Caribbean. So from November through, April, we're in the Caribbean sailing, again, great intimate destinations for your clients.
I love that. The idea that these are such intimate experiences too, they're not going to be on a massive scale, makes such a difference. And that ratio is amazing for staff to passengers. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's real interesting. We're, obviously getting a lot of interest. We've always, again, as you can see up in the upper left-hand corner, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. So we've been in business for 20 years. But because of just what we've been dealing with for the last year, we get a lot of interest from those passengers that maybe have spent time on the larger cruise ships, the 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 passenger cruise ships, may not be looking for that type of experience right now, as great as those are, but looking for something smaller like SeaDream.
And I think once you've gone back, you've experienced something like this, you really may never want to go back because it's just a completely different level of experience.
Yes, yeah, very much so. Yeah. And so as we, you see this shot here again, we're a luxury experience, right? So we do a lot of things that are 5-star, but it's casual elegance. It's elegant informality. So you can see the crew welcoming a couple of passengers on board here, but we like for everyone to feel comfortable and but also enjoy that 5-star luxury experience.
Love it.
And of course, we all know what that starts with, right? And that's the service. So when you're on board, again, and try to envision there's at most 100, 112 passengers. So, you might be with a large group of, let's say, 10 people, your tight-knit group. Well, that's 10% of the yacht, right? So you have a lot of that to yourself, and it starts with our service. And, our crew is going to remember your name and know your drinks, but more than anything else, because of the intimacy of it, it's more of that familial type experience, treating you like family while you're on board SeaDream.
That's what's so nice about experiences like this too, is really getting to know the staff over the course of a week, where you really feel like you've made a friend.
Yeah, and as it's interesting you say that, because as I've begun working with SeaDream and talking to a lot of advisors and clients that are, we call SeaDreamers, right? They sail SeaDream every year. Well, obviously we haven't been able to do that for a little while. So I get a lot of questions about the crew, like, is the same crew going to come back? Because, that's their livelihood. And unfortunately, they haven't been able to do that for a while. But the answer is yes. So we are excited to have our, most of our crew come back that our SeaDreamers have gotten to know over the years. And so, again, from a yacht perspective and from a dining perspective, obviously, while you're, experiencing your time on SeaDream, the dining, the culinary experience needs to be 5-star, like I've mentioned before. One of the great things about SeaDream is we're able to accommodate every single passenger on outdoor dining, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's all al fresco. And so as you can see, as we anchor in ports like this and have backdrops like this, it's pretty exciting to be able to do that. We also have, an indoor dining restaurant that can accommodate all of the passengers as well if there's inclement weather or you just choose to do that. But again, it's outdoor, it's active, it's really enjoying the surroundings that you're in, to enjoy that outdoor culinary experience.
That's great. Speaking of culinary, this is something that's so outstanding. It's just the level of food. There are so many passenger testimonials about how incredible the food is. And yet I've been, I've really come to enjoy that you offer a special program actually that focuses on wellness. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we do. And I'll show you that in the next slide here. But of course, if you're looking for, the savory side of that culinary experience, if you want that filet and some caviar, you can see just from the images here, this is the type of dining experience that you're going to have on SeaDream. But what also is really cool and something that our owner has really been focused on is kind of the raw food. We have a living food program, and we're really the only one at sea that has that type of experience, that we can provide array of dishes prepared with raw, organic, vegan ingredients, and none of them are heated above 118 degrees. And why that's important is as you start to heat them higher and higher, you lose some of the nutritional value, right? So we have a full program that you can experience having that type of living food experience on SeaDream, even dessert options, right? So we have things like a cashew lemon cheesecake. I haven't had it yet, but it's supposed to be awesome. But again, we provide a wide range of culinary options that can meet any dietary needs while you're on board SeaDream.
And I think what's so neat about that is that these days, there are so many more particularities for passengers and for attendees at any of our events looking for specifics with food. And so if you have that opportunity to take that, do a customer intake form and really find out what they're looking for and then can custom tailor or provide those options so that people don't feel that they have to change their diet while they're traveling, which ordinarily happens. Everyone says, oh, I got to wear my cruise pants, right?
Yeah,
And get the elastic out. But you don't need to, right?
Exactly. And one of the great things about SeaDream, again, kind of getting back to the, again, the smaller, more intimate experience, a lot of things that we do, for example, if our head chef, Tomas, I don't know if we're anchored in some port where he knows he can go get some unique kind of food or ingredients to prepare, he'll go off and do that. But he'll ask the passengers like, hey, if you guys want to come and go into market with me and see what I'm looking for and kind of experience a local market and, wherever you are, Greece, Croatia, Italy, come on, and we'll do that. And those are all complimentary experiences that SeaDream provides. But again, it's pretty cool because it is so small and you can just kind of jump off and go, spend part of the day with the chef as he looks at what he's wanting to prepare. That's
really awesome. Yeah, love it.
And then just from, kind of an active perspective, this is probably my favorite part of SeaDream Yachts is the marina platform. And so as you might know, with private yachts, right, you open up the back of the yacht and you get out all of the water toys, right? The jet skis and the water trampolines and the paddle boards and the sailboats, kayaks, et cetera, all of that stuff. And again, you can kind of see us how we might be anchored in port, kind of offshore. So you can experience, the ocean, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and just get out and have a lot of fun with our marina platform. So it's something that, I really enjoy on SeaDream.
That's the thing, people are looking for ways to stay active, stay fit, really want to get out there and play, but yet come back and have a nice cocktail, maybe, get a little massage or a treatment. So play hard, but then also relax well. And this is the way to do it.
Exactly. And again, you can kind of see, the active or some of the other ways that you can be active on board SeaDream. You see the kayak there, which I've already discussed, but we have things like a golf simulator on board. So, we actually do, dock into, different areas in the Caribbean and Mediterranean where you can go out and play golf. But if you just want to hit a few golf balls, you can go do that. We have a full fitness facility with everything that you would need, from treadmills to free weights. And the cool thing is it's on deck 4 and it has big ocean views, so you don't lose the sight of the ocean while you're in there doing that. And then we have things like mountain bikes on board. So we have 10 or 12, and if we're in an area where you want to just grab a bike and go into town, whether you want to go on a trail or just kind of experience the town, pedaling around, you can do that. And just like I mentioned with our chef going into market to look at things and asking people to come along, and if they want to, we do things like that as well. We have, some guys on the crew know, hey, there's a great trail in this particular destination. I'm going to grab a bike. Anybody want to come along with me? Please do that. So again, just a lot of ways to stay active on board SeaDream. And when the other thing we talk about is, kind of the demographics on SeaDream, and the passengers are on average, 55 plus, but active, right? So it's, if you have mobility issues, SeaDream's probably not the best thing for you, because it's just, you're gonna be doing a lot of moving around.
Yep. Well, people are living longer and they're living better. Quality of life is way up, and
absolutely.
So this is all about longevity, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And again, just kind of continuing along with being active, and, even kind of addressing, just your mind and body, your wellness just in general. We do every morning we do complimentary yoga and Tai Chi sessions, out on deck, as you can see here. So again, it's just a way to kind of get your day started as you move into other things, but just more things that we offer for you to do while you're on board SeaDream.
That's great.
And then while you're on shore, we do a lot of hiking. Again, kind of the crew might go off and do some hiking, come along, or if you just want to go out and do it yourself. Because of the size of SeaDream being such a smaller vessel, we're able to get into a lot of ports that a lot of the cruise ships can't get into. And again, just a good opportunity for, some of the beaches in the Caribbean are, they're almost uninhabited. And so you can just get out and experience, whether it's just on the beach and you want to stay there, or get in a little bit deeper and find some waterfalls or some coves where you can do some snorkeling. Just a whole lot of active opportunities for you.
Let me ask a question too. So if a group comes on board, can we organize privatized experiences, perhaps, set up a lunch out there, or have some guides that we bring along so that we can have just a selective group experience, as in a corporate incentive program, to really kind of customize?
Right. Yeah. We like to say anything's possible on SeaDream. We do offer what we call our, YLAs, or our land activities while we're in port, and a lot of those are going to incorporate those types of things for a group.
Great. Yep.
Yeah. And so as you, kind of spend your day being active, maybe, towards the end of the day, you want to relax a little bit more, or maybe you just kind of want to spend the day doing some relaxing things. We do have a full spa on board SeaDream, and it is Thai certified. So we're the only Thai certified spa at sea. And again, we offer all of the different spa options that you might imagine, whether it's, the aroma massage, or, of course, the Thai massage that people are familiar with, but, facials and detoxifying treatments. We offer all of those types of things. And the great thing about SeaDream is, we have a spa, inside on the ship, but you can also take a lot of those treatments out on deck. So again, whether you're going to get a pedicure, or even we have areas where you can take a massage, and we'll privatize it for you. But again, just to be out on deck and enjoying the outdoors on SeaDream is available for you for your spa treatments.
Yeah, I think part of the aromatherapy treatment is that salt air, right? The fresh breeze.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's perfect. And so, again, the spa is important, but so is having a little bit of fun. So again, being active and relaxing. We also have a lot of fun on board SeaDream. And so here's just kind of a shot of the top of the yacht bar, which is great because this is obviously always open, and it's an area where you can eat and drink, whether you want to start your morning off by having a coffee there, or ending your day, maybe doing a little bit of dancing and with your significant other, or whoever you're on board with at SeaDream. But the great thing about SeaDream too, again, kind of getting back to the smallness of it, with 100 passengers on there, you're going to have a lot of like-minded people on board. So you hear lots of stories about people making friends on SeaDream because of the similarities that everyone has.
That's great. A little bit of laughter and some humor and
Yeah.
some fun. Get some music going. It's a great way to round out a day.
Absolutely. And another way to do that is we do movies under the stars. And so, again, just a way to relax, grab a lounge chair, grab a drink, popcorn. If it's a little chilly, we'll provide blankets. But, again, just a way to kind of relax and maybe wind the day down a little bit. And then this is something that's super unique to SeaDream. We call these our Balinese dream beds, and they're on our top deck. And again, whether you want to end the day kind of relaxing in your robe and the personalized pajamas that we provide for you on SeaDream, you can go do that. And again, just if you wanted to stay out there all night, you can do that. But if you wanted to just relax a little bit before you retire back to your stateroom, it's just a good way to, again, kind of be under the stars wherever you are in the Mediterranean or the Caribbean and relax a little bit while you're there.
I can only imagine how many times the crew comes around in the morning, as the sun's coming up, and find everybody that's still out there that meant to just close their eyes for a few seconds, and suddenly it's the morning. Cup
Absolutely.
of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. And just here's another shot of the Balinese dream beds. And I put this here because it's, we celebrate a lot of milestones on board SeaDream, whether those are anniversaries, birthdays. We actually, do charters, which I'll show you in a minute, where you may have a full wedding party on board SeaDream. But again, the Balinese dream beds are there, but they're there during the day too. So you can, if you just want to sunbathe or have a glass of champagne, just to be able to enjoy your time wherever you are on SeaDream. And then this is, kind of more of the fun that we have, kind of a signature experience on SeaDream when we're sailing in the Caribbean. We have our champagne and caviar splash. So you can see our chef, that's actually one of our chefs, Tomas, and crew, as we anchor in, whether it's Joost van Dyke or Norman Island or wherever we might be, you're going to be just off a great beach. And we kind of kick things off with our barbecue, but also the champagne and caviar splash, where our crew will serve you a little champagne and caviar. So again, just a lot of fun and a lot of way for the passengers on board SeaDream to spend some time with each other too.
I can imagine too, just thinking about, great wine, great food, fresh fish as well, that there's a lot of great culinary experiences on board that, even if they're out fishing during the day and be able to make that and serve that up for dinner that evening. Just this type of experience that is so intimate too, just even what we're seeing here, eating off a surfboard, essentially,
Right.
while you're in that, floating in the warm water. Who does that? This is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun. And we have a lot of private beach parties. So again, when we're in the Caribbean, we'll have a lot of the beach to ourselves. And we'll have a beach barbecue to go along with that. And I'm from Texas, so when I think of barbecue, I think of something like this, some ribs. But again, as I mentioned before, we'll have a wide range of culinary options for you, from the raw bar, the living food experience that I discussed earlier, to seafood, to again, things like what you might imagine at a barbecue as well. So again, just another way to have fun on SeaDream. And so now we'll talk about, a little bit about some of the ports that we go into. So like I mentioned, half the year in the Mediterranean, half the year in the Caribbean. So from, again, November to April, we're in the Caribbean, which again is just great. And here's a snapshot of a lot of the destinations and ports that we will, dock in and, what you call in the cruising world, make calls to while you're on board SeaDream in the Caribbean. So I've mentioned things like Joost van Dyke and Norman Island. Both of those, even, you can see with the images here, are very much kind of a yachter's paradise, right? So again, the larger cruise ships, they just can't get into these destinations because they're too big. But we do other things like I always pronounce this incorrectly, Îles de Saints. I might say Isles de Saints as an American, but I try to do it in French. But these are, again, you can, again, these are just very small, intimate, hard to get to destinations that you just can't get on normal cruise lines. And again, very intimate. In the case of this island, it's very French. So you get a taste of that. St. Bart's is another one where we do some overnights there that are, again, kind of unique to SeaDream because of the size of our vessels. But then you can see the other, Saba, Anguilla, St. Lucia, just really great Caribbean destinations that are unique, intimate, and just a lot of fun.
I think what's so neat about this too is being able to visit destinations within the islands that others may have previously traveled to. Now they're having an opportunity to experience something relatively completely untouched by others. This is a really cool talking point when people are sharing memories, sharing experiences, talking about the places that they've been. And it's really interesting. Someone say, you've been to Saba, you've been to Ile de Sant, you've been to
right.
Ile Van Dyke, like wow, where is that? And so these become Instagrammable moments and just incredible experiences to share that set a luxury traveler apart.
Absolutely. And so then from a Mediterranean perspective, again, 6 months in the Mediterranean, May through October, we're going to visit a lot of these ports that you see here. And, again, being in the Mediterranean, we're going to do a lot of Italy and a lot of Croatia and a lot of Greece. But you may see some, areas here that aren't as familiar, like Hydra. That is in Greece, but, a lot of people may be thinking of Santorini or Mykonos, which are all great places, and we go to those as well. But because we are able to anchor in places like Hydra, we go there. Hvar in Croatia is another area like that. And even a place like this in Croatia, which is an area close to Hvar that we dock in there, which is really cool because, they have, that's actually where the second Mamma Mia movie was filmed. But again, it's just the kind of the smaller, more remote, intimate areas within all of our destinations that you can visit. And, one of the things that we do that's really cool, I actually should have put an image of this up here, is the Corinth Canal in Greece, right? So it kind of cuts through and connects the Gulf of Corinth with the, I think it's the Saronic Gulf, and it's very narrow, right? So you kind of have these cliffs that were cut through. And again, most large cruise ships can't get through there, but the SeaDream can. So it's a very cool experience as well while you're on SeaDream in the
yeah, rather like going through the fjords and doing something a little bit more intimate. You have tighter turns. I was in Hvar with a group just before COVID had hit, and we took speedboats into the port. Had a great day, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. And that's the thing; these are these little gems that are so fantastic to visit that you never even really realize they're not on your average tourist map.
Right. And then, like I said, there's others. I mean, I don't think anyone ever gets tired of the Amalfi Coast. That's always fun. But we're also doing things in 2022 that include the Black Sea. So more of the Eastern Mediterranean side of the Mediterranean, where we're adding Turkey back into the mix. And, again, a lot of great destinations, not just Istanbul, which we have, but also, again, some of the smaller ones that you might not typically get to.
Yeah, smaller marinas down south. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so along with all of that great fun that you can have on SeaDream, obviously you need to be safe. And because of what we've experienced for the last, year plus, we have to have health and safety protocols in place to make sure that everyone is safe and healthy while they're on board. And, one of the things that SeaDream, that a lot of people don't know that they did last year, actually during the summer of 2020, because SeaDream is a Norwegian company, they decided to do some voyages in Norway. And so we did 22 successful voyages in Norway last summer during the pandemic. And the reason why I say that is because we had to be out on top of all of this, health and safety protocol measures to make sure that all the passengers stayed safe, which they did. We haven't been on the water since, but we do plan to get back in later this month, back into the Mediterranean. But again, you can kind of see what is required to keep everyone safe and healthy.
Yeah, and these are constantly moving targets. We don't know what to expect as time goes on and as requirements change or as more information comes out. But the important thing is staying on top of what we can do now, to make sure that it's a safe sailing experience for all.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. I mean, I think we all hope we get back to that normalcy that we've had before, and we don't need to do any of this stuff, right?
Right.
And then I may have mentioned chartering a little bit earlier. I just kind of, want to make sure that I touch on this because, again, because of the size of the vessels, we do a lot of charters. And so the great thing about that is you can really customize your itinerary. Now you do have to, it does have to fit in our schedule. So it's going to have to kind of start somewhere and end somewhere, but kind of in between there's a lot of customization that you can add to a charter opportunity.
Well, especially for corporate branding and programs of that nature as well, as well as, these weddings and some other large social events. So whether it's corporate or social, the idea is that you can still make an incredible privatized experience happen. And even down below where you see, customizing menus, the decor, fireworks and excursions, just like that with anything, the branding and the opportunities for you to personalize room deliveries and all the little touches just really change when you're the only ones on board.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I haven't experienced a charter, but from what I hear, they're quite fantastic. Like we've done some things in like with the Monaco Grand Prix, which is just really cool to be able to go on a charter that would have that experience as well. So a lot of different options. And so with that, we kind of get to, I'll have a little video here. It's just a couple of minutes, but I think it, hopefully it shows a lot of what I've talked about or what we've talked about, Lisa, but in again, kind of a snapshot. So I'll get that started.
Do it.
And just kind of watch that for a couple minutes.
So outstanding. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, I'm just drooling over it. I had a group that was planning to go on one of the Galapagos itineraries, and we had to cancel that one in November of 2020 due to COVID. And I'm just so hoping that we can get back there, in the sooner than later, and so on that question, these cruises are, well, these yacht experiences, I should say, are just really something that is so special. What do people need to know, do you think, about booking now for programs out in 2022 and 2023? Like, how far ahead are your itineraries, and what tips can you give them?
Yeah, absolutely. And before I jump into that a little bit, I just kind of want to call a little bit of attention to the image here, because I think it gives a little perspective on the size of the SeaDream yacht versus a larger cruise ship. And again, I love the large cruise ships, but again, it kind of gives you that perspective of, the size of the vessel, right? So I always like to end with that, because again, it just provides a little bit of a visual.
It's absolutely great. I mean, you just see just such the difference. One's it's a floating mega city, and the other one is an intimate bespoke and boutique, lodge essentially.
Exactly. And so from the perspective of, looking forward, and booking, we, like I said, we're hoping to be on the water by the end of the month and get started. So we're in our Mediterranean season right now. We hope to get started and move forward with that. And then just hopefully things will go smoothly and we'll be good to go. But from the perspective of kind of looking at 2022, or even the end of 2021. So at the end of 2021, we get into the Caribbean, and every year we sell out kind of December on into January because of the holidays. People love to get out and get on an awesome kind of holiday travel experience. So we do a lot of that with SeaDream. But then we're going to kind of finish out the Caribbean and get into the Mediterranean. And so if I look at 2022 right now, as I might have mentioned before, we're getting a lot of interest. So our activity is pretty strong. Partly because people are dying to travel, partly because we're coming out of this pandemic and people might not be ready for larger crowds and want a on the ocean kind of experience, but may not want to again have a huge crowd. And so we're very busy, and the time is really now to kind of look to next year to get your plans in place. I mentioned charters before. So for example, if you look at 2022, right now on average, we'll do 90 to 100 voyages. We have about 21 charters on board or booked for next year. So, that's a real popular way to, again, if you have the clientele to do that, to have a great experience on SeaDream. But we're booking up fast. And, like I tell when I talk to my clients and the advisors that I work with, especially those that are looking for larger groups, or not even larger groups, but groups. If you're looking for groups, it's, the time is now to start planning for that.
Yeah, for sure. I was looking at availability just a couple of days ago, and there are some cabin categories where there's only one left, or there's only 3 left. Right. And so really, the time is now, because that revenge tourism trend where people just really want to get out and they really need something on the calendar to look forward to. You need to get ahead of it, or you may not have that opportunity until 2023. So that's, that's how it works.
And our 2023, glad you mentioned that. We do on our website, SeaDream.com. You can go to our voyage calendar and see all of our voyages and all the availability there. But we do have voyages all the way through 2023 as well.
Which is great. And, and with that, James, I just want to say thank you again for taking a few minutes out with us today to share a little bit of that behind the scenes and onboard perspective of what it's like to be on a SeaDream yacht with the experience. And I can tell you, I can't wait to really start booking more of the yachting experiences out there. So, and for those of you who are interested in traveling and in booking, it's always recommended to work with a travel advisor, because we can help you with the upgrades. We can help you with the ins and outs. We can help you with all the details and the documentation. And that's really one of the best ways to do it, and for us to be able to find that best inventory for you to seamlessly pull the experience together. And if you're interested, hit us up at info@rethinkfittravel.com or give us a buzz. Check us out on Instagram at rethinkfit_travel. And I just want to again say thanks, James, and to everybody else who's out there. Make it a great day. Set your sights on SeaDream, and we'll catch you next time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I was able to do this with you, Lisa.
Thanks. All right, everyone. Have a good one out there.